Hi, folks. This is Miss Tina Heyman, and you may have seen one of our videos already, but she has recently taken a trip to Central America, wasn't it? And she has followed something that the Lord just laid on her heart. I think you said at 15.
Yeah.
And you took a step of faith. You, Tina, can you give us a definition of a missionary?
A missionary is someone who has accepted their mission.
All right. All right. So for Christians, Tina, do we have a mission?
Yes, it's called the Great Commission. That's your mission, to go as you go, tell, disciple, train the people that you meet.
And so, and we talked about this a while ago, not on the video, but so the person really doesn't have to wait for somebody to authorize them.
No, God authorized you the day you accepted him and became a Christian.
Okay.
You were authorized.
That raises a great question, Tina. Is there any point in a Christian's life, do they need to be a Christian a year, 10 years, 5 years before they can be a missionary?
No. The minute you realize that you are a Christian, you have been authorized right then. Turn around and tell the next person next to you. Right then. If you're afraid and you don't know all the answers to all the questions, then say that. I'm new and I don't know all the answers yet, but come with me and let's learn them. Because everybody understands that when you're just starting out, you're not going to know everything that you're going to know 20 years from now. But you can tell them what you do know and what the change has been for you, because it will be fresh and you'll be so excited about it that you have that energy to express that to the person next to you, and they will realize that there has been quite a change in your life, and you'll continue to change. But yeah, don't wait for somebody to say, okay, now you know enough to go out and be a missionary. No, you're ready right now. Turn around and tell the person next to you.
I hear you saying that, Tina, so I'm assuming, would you tell us that we don't have to go somewhere to be a missionary?
No. Well, the first word in the commission is go. So, but as you go is actually what the words mean. As you go, nobody sits at home and does nothing. So as you go online, as you go in your text messages, as you go out the door, as you go, tell the people around you. You don't have to go to Guatemala like I did. There's things right here. There's people in the house next to you or the apartment next to you that you can talk to. Yeah.
Tina, we talked about this a little bit. What would you say is the biggest fear you had for not being a missionary? What was the biggest fear that kept you from taking that step of faith for so many years?
Gosh, I want to say this so that everybody understands it, but I didn't want to disappoint my mother. My mother was, don't get me wrong, a WMU director. She definitely believed in missions, and we all needed to be doing something. But she also believed strongly in family, and you don't desert family, and you don't leave family if you don't absolutely have to. And she wanted her children close at hand. So I didn't want to disappoint my mom. I had to find a way around that.
Yeah. You know, Tina, I didn't know your mom, obviously, as long as you did, mom and your dad, but I think they'd be very proud of you today.
I hope so.
I'm sure they would. Tina, your fear, and obviously your mom is no longer with us, but your fear of what others, whether they would approve and all, is something that can keep a lot of folks from making that step of faith. How did you overcome your fear?
My mother died. So I no longer had that block to my mission. That's what happened when I finally gave in because I realized all the things that had been holding me back were no longer there. I had some medical issues that had been cared for. I had lost quite a bit of weight, so I was more energetic and able to get around better. My children were raised out of the house and raising or having families of their own. So I just started all of a sudden realizing that all these things I had given as excuses to God all these years had been removed from my life. And I no longer had them. There was no reason anymore that I couldn't go, and I wanted to.
Aren't you grateful that God doesn't give up on us?
Yes. Thank you, God, so much on a daily basis.
Yeah. I hear you talking about your mission trip, and we kind of touched on this before, but you're grateful you didn't listen to your fears.
Yes. Yes.
And
the bugs the first night scared me to death, but but they were gone the next day. So that's good.
so would you say a successful missionary is somebody who leads great numbers to the Lord, or is a successful missionary what?
A successful missionary is someone who takes the step that God has led them to take, the next step. You may not see any come to Christ that you actually witness, but that seed has been planted and in fertile soil. So,
Tina, I want to tell you, I appreciate your step of faith, and I appreciate your willingness to share today. And I think you're a great encouragement to others, maybe who are wrestling with that fear. We're gonna wind this one up, and we're gonna maybe take one more for